I stepped aside this weekend for a moment because I noticed something great happening. And what I noticed was one of the kids that I coach decided to take the initiative to speak to the team as a leader and get them out of the rut they were in and basically charge them up to get back in the game and to have faith in themselves and to know that they're better than what they're showing. You know, leaders are created in moments like that, in moments of struggle, in moments of turmoil, in moments of difficulty. And one thing that I've tried to pride myself in as a baseball coach on my coaching journey was to always tell these kids, these young men, that I'm looking for somebody to step up. I'm waiting for one of you guys to step up to take control of this team, to be the one that's in that dugout going back and forth in front of the kids, telling them that they've got it, that they got to dig deep, that they got to want it, and that they can get it if they really put the effort into it and they believe in themselves and they pick each other up. I always tell any team that I coach, I'm looking for that player to step up. It's one of you guys. One of you guys has to step up. Because it's one thing to hear it from a coach. It's another thing to hear it from your teammate. Because when your teammates believe in you, that's where the power is. The coach's job is to believe in you already. But when your teammate shows that he has faith in you guys as players, that's powerful. And so I try to do that with every team that I coach. And this weekend, we had an absolute blowout that happened on Saturday. Our very first game was an absolute blowout. And it should not have been, because we've played this team before and it was a close game. But for some reason, the wheels fell off. Just couldn't get it together. I mean, there was a bunch of reasons why I fell off. Part of it is because we are dealing with injuries and we have a lot of kids on this team that haven't practiced with us, so the gelling isn't quite there. But nonetheless, these are all ballers, so they know the game. I was pretty pissed off after the first game. Pretty pissed off. So I tore into them pretty good after the game. And we had about 3 hours or so before our next game. And I told these guys, one of you guys is going to have to step up. There's a lot of you guys who are older here. Sophomores. One of you guys is a junior. I go, one of you guys is going to have to step up. Because the way we showed ourselves in that game is not who we are. You should be embarrassed, and you should be let down, and you should be pissed off. And if you're not pissed off, you're not here for the right reason. I understand losing. I don't ever want to get used to losing, but I understand losing. It happens. But it's the manner in which you lose. It's how you lose. It's the effort that you give in that losing situation. And today was not it. So I was pissed off. I'm giving you the short and sweet version, but I was very pissed off. To the point where one of the moms was like, my son said, hey, let's invite Coach Ray to go have lunch with all of us. And the mom was like, I am not going to ask that man anything. Do you see how pissed off he is? He has every right to be pissed off. I'm going to let him be. And I don't often get like that. But I did it because I wanted to put the responsibility on these kids. And I wanted to see what they had. I wanted to see if they would dig deep. And so when we come back, we play a team from Windsor, which is like 3 hours from where we were. We were in Monterey, Carmel. And so they came from way up north. Anyways, we play this team. And they go back-to-back home runs on us. One hit a 2-run homer, another one hit a solo shot. So they go up on us quick, 5-0. Got one of my young kids pitching. Now, mind you, we're in a 16U division, which means sometimes you have 16s, 15s, 14s. I have an 8th grader pitching. That's how slim we are on players. I have an 8th grader pitching. And I'll tell you what, man, that kid is a dog. Very stoic, doesn't show any emotion on his face. It doesn't matter if he's winning or losing. He has the same face. Guy gives up his second home run. I look at him, I said, so what? That's what he's supposed to do. Keep throwing strikes. We get out of the inning. I thank the kid. I'm like, hey, thanks for giving us a shot. You're good. I said, you're up here getting your lumps. When you get into high school, you're going to have way more experience at this level than the kids that you're playing high school ball with. And that's going to help you because it's going to show. All right? And whoever coaches you in high school is going to appreciate that because you're going to be ready. You're going to be seasoned. So we battled through. And I noticed something. These kids have fight. Okay? They have fight. I see it. They're not throwing in the towel. They're like, hey, we're hitting today. Let's go. We battled back. After that, 5-0, when they jumped on us, they never scored another run. We come back, we score one, it's 5-1. And then the second to the last inning, we put up 4 on these guys. Coach is flipping out, pissed off, not happy. Come to find out that they had been cheating. I didn't mention it because it was so late in the game, but they were batting only 7 batters. The guys who hit home runs, we actually faced them like 5 times because they were only batting 7, so they were coming back around in the lineup quicker. You may ask, well, maybe they only had 7 players. No, they actually had a couple of guys on the bench, but they had it set up that way. Umpire made a weird decision and was like, hey, we all know the rules here. Let's just get the game going. So I should have stopped and told him, hey, I'm cool with that. We don't have need to have the plate meeting, but I want to make sure I get his lineup. He gets mine. I should have done that. But I trusted him because in the travel ball community, everybody knows everybody. It doesn't matter how big it is. Someone knows somebody from every program. So there should be a common respect there. But apparently with this team, there isn't. So lesson learned. Anyways, we battled through, and I found out why he was upset. Because they had been cheating. They only batted 7 kids, 7 of their best players. The other kids weren't batting. They were in the dugout. Anyways, we come back. We run out of time. If we don't run out of a time limit, we only finished 5 innings. If we don't run out of time, we win that game. These kids were absolutely shut down. They weren't hitting. They were making mistakes on defense. We were hitting the ball hard. We were being aggressive like we do. And if we go 6, 7 innings, we win that game. Needless to say, we tie. They're pissed off because they lost their first game and then they tied with us. And I know they came into the game because they heard we got blown out our first game. And they came into the game thinking that we were going to be a pushover. And we weren't. But here's where the story that I started this podcast with happens. We come back Sunday. We are the 4th seed. So now we're playing the number 1 seed, which happens to be the team that we got blown out against in game 1. And we have a nice talk before the game. And I tell these guys, if you play up to your ability and the way we train and the way we are aggressive, you will be in this game to the very end. I said, all I want from you guys is to compete. Go out there and compete. Be smart, be aggressive. Don't let up off the gas. Go. We live and die by how we play the game, and that's aggressive, using speed and all of that. Got it? They're like, got it. So it's scoreless, literally into the 4th inning. We are battling. We got a young cat, another young kid who's a freshman. He's playing with us for the first time. He's 14 years old. It's the first time he's playing up with these other kids. And he's dealing. Kid gave us a shot. They score a run. It's 1-0. We come back the top half of that inning. We score a run. So now it's 1-1. We're going into the 5th inning. And my pitcher, he's young, like I was telling you. His arm, he's like, I think I might be done. My arm's a little sore. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm very smart. I don't like to run pitchers through the dirt. I don't like to say, hey, give me this inning. These are kids. These are not grown adults. Bones are still developing. Muscles are developing. Last thing you want to be is that coach who is the reason why a kid has a long, life-lasting injury. So I said, I got you. So we go to another pitcher who pitched his ass off the day before. And he steps in to throw a couple of pitches, says, my elbow's done, dude. I said, all right. So this is the juggling act I've been talking about. I was juggling players left and right. We are so banged up. So I said, okay. Umpire's like, what? I thought you just put him in. Why are you taking him out? I said, his elbow hurts. So I went to my other guy. He's ready to go. So that means I had to switch catchers. I switched the catcher. I switched an outfielder. I switched an infielder. I had to make a bunch of changes so it all made sense. Mind you, I got 2 guys on the bench that are injured. And so we get going and we make an error in a pickle. We drop the ball, and that kind of leads us into a semi-tough inning. They score 4 runs, so we're down 5-1. It wasn't like they were smashing the ball, killing us. We made a mistake, and then they dropped a couple of little dinker hits on us. And it is what it is. You live by it. But what happened after that inning was something that I caught, and I stopped my coach from interfering, my other coach from interfering. Was we have a kid on our team who goes to a local high school that has a very good baseball program. And out of nowhere, I teach the kids, hey, and the coaching staff, anytime our kids are coming off defense, we all come out the dugout. We line up in a single file line, and the kids all come and we high five as they go into the dugout. So that happens, but the kid steps up. Because he's a kid who's injured. He can hit, so he's hitting for us, but he's not throwing because he's rehabbing his arm. So he goes right here, everybody right here. He goes, come here, Britton. So he goes, no, not over here. Everybody right here. And I look and I'm like, hold on a minute. And the other coach was like getting ready to say something. And I look at him and I go, hey. I go, back up. Wait. I say it really low because I don't want no one to hear me. I go, wait. And I go like this. Put my hands like, stop. So I walk away. He walks away. And I just watch. I'm about 5 to 10 feet away from the group of boys. And he's like, we're better than this. Forget that inning. We made a mistake. We're a better team than this. Lock in. Let's make these last 2 innings solid innings, and let's play good baseball. You guys got to want it. You got to go out there and have quality at bats. Like, he's just giving them a great speech. And I'm watching him. And I'm like, there it is. There's the leader. There's the kid who wants it. There's the kid who's going to speak, and these kids are going to listen. And it was magic. Now, yeah, some of you may be thinking, what happened after that? Did they win the game? We did not win the game. But I'll tell you what, we went from having that one shaky inning to the last 2 innings were solid baseball. Solid. I'm talking about we had those innings where our batters were smoking the ball, absolutely smoking the ball. And they were right at somebody. Line drive to third base. Line drive in the gap, and the center fielder makes a nice play. Line drive to right field, makes a running play. I mean, you name it, everything that was that could happen was happening. But we were smoking the ball. Everybody was hitting. And it just happened to find a glove. Now, we ended up losing that game. Did not get smashed. The final score was 6-1. But that team blew us out previously 14-1. And we were lucky to get that one run. 14-1. So we came back in this other game and we competed. And the most amazing thing was that kid stepping up, taking ownership, being a leader. And the other thing that was great, we had a young cat who had never pitched at this high level see something in himself. He realized, I can compete on this level. Holy crap, I didn't know that, but I can compete on this level. And he found something out. And I told him, you can do more than you think. You just got to push yourself. I go, you came out here and you faced a bunch of kids that were sophomores and juniors, and you balled out. And so we seen that and we noticed something. Head coach on that side said, hey man, you guys tightened it up much better. He goes, I know you're juggling players from everywhere. He goes, man, way to put it together. He goes, much more competitive game, very tightly played. He goes, there was a minute there where that could have went either way. I said, yeah, I know. And to hear that from a coach, and this is a high quality coach, and this is the coach that put in a good word for me at this other potential coaching job that I have on the line right now. But it feels good to hear that from a high quality coach. You know what I mean? On the flip side, I had my youngest play up, Jaden. Like I said, we really needed help. Jordan was like, Schmiedy, we need you, man. Schmiedy's like, man, it's 16U. I'm only 13. Jordan looks at him. Before I could even say a word, Jordan goes, come on, bro. You can play at this level. That shit made me so proud. This is his big brother looking at him. And if you want to talk about, if you wonder how your brother feels about your athletic ability and what you're capable of, there it is. He looks at you and says, come on, bro. You could play up here. You're fine. And he did. He said, I want to play second base. I said, that's what I need. I'll have you know that this kid also caught for me. He was a little weary. I said, listen, dude, I need to free up your brother, and I need to free up my other catcher to play center field. I need to put your brother at third base because we're hurting. I just need you to catch. I don't even care if you throw anybody out. I said, I know you play on a big field like this already, but I know these kids are faster. I just need you to be a wall back there like you are. You got this. He's like, all right. He was like, I'll do it. When I tell you that this kid threw out his first high school player, I was so happy. He threw this kid out. They throw. He catches it. Everybody's yelling, he's going, runner. And boom, throws it to second base. They placed the tag, and when the umpire rang him up, I was so proud of him. Because all the families know he's in 8th grade. He looked at me, smacked his glove like he was hyped, and I was so proud of him. And in fact, I was proud of all these kids that played, because a lot of them are from everywhere. They've never played with us. We had maybe 4 or 5 kids that were regulars on this team. The rest were guys that we brought up. We had to pull from another team. We had to pull from other teams that I coached in the past, friends of my other son, and we patched together a team that went out there and competed. And that's what it's about. It's not about rings and championships. Yes, those things are nice, but it's about competing, and more importantly, it's about these kids getting better. And that's what happened this weekend. And I'm just, man, as a coach, as a dad, I'm just proud. As a mentor, I'm just proud of all of them, man. So I want to leave you with this. You don't have to be a baseball coach. You don't have to be a coach. You could just be a parent. Give your kids a chance to be leaders. Give your kids chances to take the reins on stuff that they're doing, and just see what they're capable of. See if your kids are capable of stepping up and taking a chance on themselves and being a leader, being vocal, and trying to rally the troops together when they're in a battle like they are on that baseball field. Whether it's in soccer, football, basketball, whatever it is, you name it, whatever it is. If you see your kid is contemplating on taking that chance, maybe give them a little nudge and say, hey, why don't you speak up? Why don't you go out there and get these kids together, man? You got it in you. Push your kids. You may be surprised when they step up and these kids listen. I'm telling you, man, I'm very proud of that kid that did that this weekend. He knows who he is, and it's an honor to coach a kid like that, man. And I'm just enjoying the journey, man. And I know he is. I know my other coach is. And we're back at it this week, and we got more tournaments coming up. I wanted to share that with you guys. That's all I got. I love you. God bless. Like I always say, my life isn't perfect. Oftentimes it is a mess. But for me, it is the perfect mess. Peace.